Hey, what's up everybody? Today we're going to turn a new pot for this little succulent here. I got a piece of spalted, I don't know if it's maple, it kind of looks like maple, we'll go with that. We're going to use that. You see I found center. The client wants it to be just a little bit bigger than this so it can grow into it. I'm going to go a little bit deeper than what it already is, so maybe about down to here. Started out by just checking out how wide I can get it. So made my marks. I'm going to go over the bandsaw, cut these edges off so it's a little rounder to start our turning, and then we'll true it up, put a tenon on it, and start to turn it out. Eventually we're going to finish it with epoxy so that it can handle any water that goes into it over time, and it should last a really long time. Let's do it. Okay, I'm starting with a spur center and the tail and the headstock, and I got a regular live center in the tailstock. Let's get this a little closer and get this lined up to our hole that we made. Go. Let's lock this down. Try to get this centered up as best as we can. Can usually get it pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty solid. All right, let's get things set up here. Lathe speed will be at about 1500. Okay, let's see what we got. Feels pretty round. Yeah, very good. Okay, I'm just going to size up our tenon here real quick. This is the Easy Wood chuck. All right, I want to make a couple marks on here to use as a guide. So that's where we are right now. We want to go down a little bit farther from that. So we'll say about right here. That'll also give us a little bit of room to clean up this face. So we'll use this as a rough line. We got plenty more room to go with that. But we'll start there. Let's carry this around. Okay, so there's our rough mark. That doesn't feel much better. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, just ripping apart in there. At least on the end grain there. I got the sides pretty good. So what I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna keep going with the bowl gouge, get it down, because it'll keep these sides pretty nice. And then maybe we'll work with a negative rake scraper for the bottom. Let's try that. Well, I lost the video footage from when I hollowed out the bottom when I used the bottom bowl gouge. So I'm going to recreate basically what that looked like for you. It was something like this. and everything was nice and soft on the inside. Okay, I just wanted to show you, I added a rubber chucky cone center to my tailstock center. This one has the chopped off nose. They have both the cut off and the full nose, but it'll fit really nice in there, give me some support. Screws right on to the tail center. Move this up a little bit. Tighten that down. And it's nice support in there while we shape our outside. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to shape down here first so I remember where our line is, and then kind of shape out from there. Lathe speed again, around 12-1500, somewhere around there. Okay, let's take a look, see how we like that shape so far. Oh yeah, gouge leaves it very nice. Yeah, got a couple little cracks in here that are hard to see, but I can feel. So the epoxy will take care of all of that, so I'm not too worried about that. Basically a little cup shape, not bad. I'm gonna grab a parting tool, go ahead, separate it a little bit so we can kind of see where we're at, and we'll go from there. All right, we're all sanded inside and out. I'm just gonna use a flush cut saw to get this the rest of the way off of here. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm lucky here because I'm gonna drill some holes, but I went a little close. Got a little close on the inside there, so that's okay. Because we're gonna drill some other holes around here. And otherwise I definitely want to ruin this piece, so good thing for that. So we're going to sand up this bottom a little bit here, get things a little smooth, then we'll drill some holes through the bottom of this. All right, be back in a minute. All right, we're at the finishing stage here. I spoke to the boss, aka wifey, who I'm making this for. She's giving it to her mom. She thinks that that hole that's in there is enough, so I'm not going to drill anymore. That'll be enough for a drain. But I am going to finish this with epoxy, going with the aluminite quick coat. So you're going to mix these two together, A and B, and then we'll coat the whole thing with that. It'll give it a nice finish. It'll fill in some of these tear out holes we got here on the bottom. It'll fill out some stuff inside here, and it'll give it a nice waterproof finish in my experience. So we're gonna get started with that. Definitely always use PPE when I'm working with epoxy. Nitrile gloves, mask, eye protection. Always definitely do that. So I'm gonna start mixing this, and then we'll go from there. All right, we've been mixing for about 5 minutes. I'm gonna start to apply this. Usually I would just use my hands to get it in there. I'm just starting with the stick here. It'll help me spread it a little bit. Look at the color coming out in that, just beautiful. I knew it would make this piece pop. All right, I'm gonna fast forward a little bit while I get this going. I'll slow it down at the end. Set it on there to dry. Give that a good handful of hours. We'll come back, we'll check it out. If we need to buff anything off, we will. Add a second coat. Usually that's not necessary. See you in a little bit. All right, I just went with the one hole like I said earlier in the bottom, and I added a little bit of screen. It's from a repair kit. So we're gonna throw some rocks down in there, and then we're gonna throw additional soil and add the succulent in.